I'm joined by a very beautiful group of people from the UNESCO Youth Forum Kenya. Now hold on, I know some of you are wondering what UNESCO is. We're going to delve into that just in a bit. If you're just joining us, this is the Grip on Youth TV. We are here to empower you, we're here to entertain you, and to give you everything that you have been looking for. Now, enough about me talking. Like I said, I've been joined by 4 very beautiful people from the UNESCO Youth Forum Kenya, and I'll give them a chance to introduce themselves. So you could tell us your name and just briefly what is it that you do here at the UNESCO Youth Forum, right? So we'll start from my left.
Okay, thank you. So my name is Renata Flores. I'm from Brazil, and I'm a teacher. I'm an arts educator.
My name is Linus Onyango, and I'm the chairperson of Kenya National Commission for UNESCO. I chair the whole of the Youth Forum, and we do so many activities.
Well, my name is Elizabeth. I come originally from Germany, and I work here as a voluntary service for 1 year in the Youth Forum office.
All right, okay.
My name is my name. I'm the chair of the education committee.
People don't know what UNESCO stands for, so could you just break it down for us?
Okay, we actually the Kenya National Commission for UNESCO Youth Forum. UNESCO meaning United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization.
United Nations Education, Scientific
and Cultural Organization.
Organization.
Yeah, it's a lot of
That's quite a mouthful.
Yeah. So Kenya National Commission for UNESCO was started in 1964. So Kenya became the 73rd member state in 1964.
Wow.
And the main UNESCO, actually, the now mother UNESCO in Paris, was formed in 1945 with the main agenda of actually spreading peace and tranquility in the whole world. So this was because of the Second World War. People lost so many lives. Like the whole world, people were, the slaves were used by their masters to fight for them in the World War, and also, the history about World War. So UNESCO decided that since this war starts in the minds of men, it is from these same minds that we're going to build peace.
So why Kenya?
Why I came here?
Yeah, why did you come to why Kenya and not Tanzania or Burundi or Togo? I just mentioned some countries I have
That
not
could be possible,
thought
yes.
about since I left school. Okay.
Actually, okay, I have to say it's a very big coincidence and also a very big surprise to me that I'm here. I applied to a program of the German Foreign Ministry, which is a cooperation between the German National Commission for UNESCO and the Kenyan National Commission for UNESCO. So yes, I applied there after finishing my studies, and then I got a letter. Welcome to Kenya, would you like to accept this place? And I said, yoo-hoo, I go to Nairobi, of course. So yeah, that's how I ended up here since September, still until August, doing my voluntary service.
Okay, good. So, why Kenya?
Okay, so a year ago, a teacher from my university went to Brazil to a congress called, it's a seminar about theater for development. And then I met this Kenyan doing this amazing work, and then I thought, my God, this is really special. There's nothing like that in the whole world. So I came to make this research about theater for development. What we want to create is a reading culture in Kenya. So you cannot only give a kid a book and say, read it and like it. Like if it was a button. No, you need to raise the interest. So one of the strategies is that we'll go to schools and make workshops with the teachers about techniques that you can involve children. So reading aloud techniques, creative writing about what they just read, journal theater. You can involve art in this process.
And that will definitely make it more interesting.
Of course.
And for you who is an art teacher, that is definitely where you want to venture in. Alright. So I'm going to come back to you, Linus.
Yes.
So are you part of the educational committee, or as a chairman, are you you know, do you play a part in each and every single?
I actually belong to all committees.
All right,
The
so
chair.
we've had a lot about the education, but you could just name for us the others.
We have the Information and Communication Committee. We have Culture. We have Natural Science. We have Social and Human Science, where youth, gender equality, disability issues is involved. We have Education and Sports. So personally, when I joined the Youth Forum back then, I joined it as a member of the Information and Communication Committee. Then, doing some projects here, I was voted as the chairperson of Information and Communication. So from then on, people had confidence in me. That's why they voted me as chairperson. So culture, actually, let me talk about culture just to touch on different committees and everything. So culture is actually safeguarding intangible cultural heritage. We've noticed that in Kenya, we are actually losing our culture. We are embracing other cultures. We are just getting more from other cultures. But
Which is not bad, but we're not...
We are not giving out anything, so that is actually bad, because it has to be 50-50. I was in a conference in Nigeria last year March. No, this year March. And it was...
in Nigeria?
Yes, in March. It was... it had to do with something on culture. Those people really, I don't know, they cherish their culture. They're dressing, they don't, even in the office people wear alibada. The former president who had invited me was wearing alibada.
You were invited by the president.
The former.
I think I need to join. I think I need to join the forum. Hey, you're that guy who knows.
No, South
president.
Africa I went for other things.
Okay.
But yes, culture is actually our main thing. But when I actually went to, last week I was actually in South Africa, and they're actually also struggling with this, issues to do with what is our cultural personality. I went to present a paper on youth perspective on rethinking African cultural personality. South Africa is a country that, they are mixed, they are Boers, they are Afrikaans, now they're in South Africans, and now they're Africans. But they're actually getting more from the Africans and Boers, but now losing their African cultural identity. So they decided to sit down and redefine themselves on issues to do with culture. So I think culture is a good thing, and it's a great thing, and Kenyans should actually embrace culture.
So what
culture
you said,
defines us.
that South Africans sat down and then redefined, do you think that is something we need to do as the Kenyan youth, and
Definitely.
specifically the youth, because I feel like we're the ones, we're the bridge in between our parents and the generations to come, yeah? So do you think that it's important for us?
It is actually very important, because in a few years to come, culture will actually be there. Will hold the global economy. And Africa has a lot to input in terms of culture, because we are rich, we are culturally rich, but you find that we are the ones producing everything, oil, diamond, oil, everything, but we are not the ones who are benefiting. So we actually just own things, but people own us and own the things. So we need to actually think about the resources we have. How can we empower? Why are people not employed? Why is there insecurity in all the other places? So that is actually what we try to discuss when we are with the UNESCO Youth Forum members. Yes.
So you were very excited to come to Nairobi. She actually did a woohoo when you told you were coming to Kenya, alright?
Yes.
So tell us about your experience, and maybe have you done a project or two?
Yeah, several things.
Okay, so you can tell us about one project that you've done.
Okay, one project which I find particularly nice, which is just starting now. It's about mobile applications and ICT involvement. Because we have a lady also in the youth forum. Her name is Marta Nyari Chilimo. She has a development school here in Nairobi, and she teaches people on how to embrace ICT, how to deal with computers, how to learn things for themselves. So, was it maybe 2 months ago, we had the so-called Global Money Week, and which I experienced...
Global Money?
Global Money Week, yeah.
I think I like the sound of that.
I was just thinking, money is a really important issue here, as I've discovered from my stay.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
So the Global Money Week was actually, we wanted to encourage people how not only how to make money, but how to have ideas. Because we believe that money lies in ideas. I've heard so often from meetings, yeah, you know, we have this, we just don't have money, we don't have funds. And then they expect maybe, you know, we as the youth forum, we cannot give out funds and write a check just like this, not at all. Yes. So during this Global Money Week, we had a session with our members. And we just showed them simple applications on the internet, which they can download, which they can teach themselves how to do, for example, mobile applications. Because the market for mobile applications in Germany, where I come from, in Europe, it's already really, you know, full.
It's
a lot of
saturated.
Yes, but here in Africa or in Kenya, there are a lot of possibilities. There are a lot of ways in which you can embrace technology, in which you can invent an app and actually profit from it yourself, but also give something back to the society. So this is a project which is starting now, probably in the first week of June, where we also invite people who are interested. It actually will be funded completely by UNESCO, so you can just join. It's a 12-week program, and yes, we hope it will have great
So
success.
in a matter of weeks, we'll have very many apps.
Hopefully, yes.
That's cool.
That's
Actually, that lady Chelimo is actually in Berlin because of this app thing. Yeah,
Like
it's
seriously, I
just-
think I need to join the forum. Guys are traveling everywhere.
She's just come
My
back from
passport
Paris.
has blank pages.
The other time she was in Paris, then she jumped.
Just in case I have of course I have a passport. Alright, so there is so much to talk about. I'm having so much fun here. Just give us, we're going to go on a commercial break. We'll be back after this. Before we went to break, we talked about the differences they're making in the educational sector, and now we're about to find out even more about what they do. So we talked about the educational committee, where you deal with the culture committee, yeah?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what you have been doing.
Okay, so I'm a member from the education committee, but I have some interests in the culture committees too, so I'm developing some other projects. So right now they're doing in music, the UNESCO Peace Music, because we're completing 50 years this year. So apart from the music, we're starting this project that is a movie about theater for development, about a group of theater for development that travels around villages presenting a play that talks about the constitution, and then it's a technique that has a strong dialogue with the audience, so a lot of issues come up. So this is the project we're starting right now.
Okay, and then how soon do you think the project will be kickstarted, or it's still in the works?
Yeah, exactly. You never know these things, but we are starting all the writing, scripts, and then looking for sponsors. So it might take six months, a year. Let's see.
But we know it's going to happen.
For sure, something's going to happen.
Something's going to happen. Okay. So Linus, you're holding a book. You've been holding a book the whole time. I don't know if you wanted to read us something from the book, but you could tell us why exactly you're holding that book.
I first of all love to read a lot, and this book is actually called EFA, Global Monitoring Report. EFA meaning Education for All. This week was about actually the education week, and education for all is actually one of the main things that UNESCO advocate for. So we are the report we released is actually for 2013-2014, where it's talking about the teaching curriculum, where teachers can use a curriculum that can encourage students to love reading and stuff. So this book we launched on the day before yesterday. That was on Tuesday at our news standing, and our main aim is actually to spread education, to all people, the disabled, anyone, everyone, the aged, the old, and the etc. So that is actually my main, why I'm holding this book. So I want to encourage Kenyans that you should adopt the culture for reading, because actually if you don't read, then you can never lead. So
Whoosh, please note that rhyme, that if you can't read, then you can never lead. I have to say that slowly because I have some tongue issues with R's and L's. Alright, so earlier on when we were talking, you mentioned something about the different things you do, and you mentioned something to do with cerebral palsy. Again, the same. So tell us, yeah, because you said that the UNESCO Youth Forum deals with a lot, and it is out to reach people with disabilities. And so, what are you doing to, to reach out to people with disabilities, such as now? I don't know if it's
cerebral palsy.
So actually, one of the things which I'm most doing here is organizing meetings for all of our members. So this week we had a meeting about cerebral palsy. We had visitors from the Cerebral Palsy Society of Kenya, who they are actually doing a lot of good things. I visited their offices in where was the place?
Don't.
Yes, exactly. And I was really impressed in what way they handle disabilities there. And as currently there's also this Action Week of UNESCO for Education with Disabilities, we want to encourage people only because maybe you're visually impaired or you cannot walk probably. It doesn't mean that you should not have the right and also the access to the same education as others. So what we came to know about the Cerebral Palsy Society, that they do a walk, which we can advertise here for you guys to join. They do a walk always is it in July that it's starting? June, where people can participate. And yes, in the meeting it was just about educating ourselves what cerebral palsy is, how it can be dealt with, working against prejudices and fears. Yes, and I actually learned a lot from it. I didn't know much.
That's really cool. So you said there's a walk in June.
Yes.
So if you're like me, you need to start working out now.
Now.
To be ready for the walk in June.
Because it actually walks like so long. It's actually walk from like study to the highway, it's a long walk. So
I'm glad you said walk, because if it was run, I'd be the person just handing out water on the side of the road. I don't think I can
You
run.
can complete the race with 6 hours, like the first 10 years.
Oh, that's a very valid point. Okay, so you're the chairman of the education committee, but are you involved in the work of other committees or solely the education committee?
Yes, I'm involved because at the youth forum, we share ideas. We realize that one person or a youth member has a strength at one point and maybe weak at that point. So we keep on sharing ideas, especially in the ICT sector and the culture committee. I think why I don't contribute much is this one. I only participate during the...
But you're tall. How come you don't play basketball? I played
I went
basketball.
to a village school.
I played basketball in primary.
I went to a village school, Moranga High School, and I was quite smaller then. So I never played. But essentially, we share ideas, and of course, we meet, not necessarily within the forum. We meet outside there and we engage ourselves in different activities. So basically, we are here to do one another.
Very true.
That's why
And I learned a lot about World X from you.
I'm not an entrepreneur. So
You were part of the coil legs industry that just came up and then suddenly just...
No, as an entrepreneur, that because I'm also young, I take risk in everything.
Risk is good. High risk, high return.
Yeah.
Guys,
So
I'm learning.
after, before the
Just
bubble
so I'm
burst,
learning.
we had we call it breaking even. Yes, we had broken even. So we opened our houses and went back to the forest. So we had no regret.
Went back
But
to the forest.
Yeah.
So they were in the forest initially.
Yes, that's what we did. And that's why you have to go to do the business to get a license to do that. But essentially, we bring a lot of stuff here, entrepreneurship, project management, issues to do with HIV/AIDS, money, civil, so many things.
It's good to see that youth are encouraging each other and
Yes.
empowering each other to grow. It's a very important thing, because who will help us if not ourselves? I mean, our older parents are going to help us, but it all comes down to us, yeah? Okay, so as we wind up, we've heard about UNESCO and the Youth Forum and everything, but we want to know you as individuals. So you, aside from quail farming, what do you do during your free time?
I'm a very small farmer. I farm in the county. I also have interest in fish farming. If you go to Katanga constituency, I have big partners in Malagai. But other than that, professionally, I hold an honors BA degree in Business and Information Management from Makerere University. So I have vast experience having worked in the banking sector, in a logistics company, and now I'm volunteering here. I also worked in Uganda with a bank and a building logistics company. And an NGO that is Youth Network. So when I'm around Nairobi, what I do a lot of public speaking to be able to fight abortion in my county, drug and substance abuse. So that's what I engage myself in. And when I'm in the city, you'll see me holding some small talks about entrepreneurship, innovation, and creativity. Of course, you'll see me hanging out for 1 or 2. Legal proof,
Not the illegal proof. Alright, what do you like to do?
I like reading a lot and I like socializing a lot. I love to meet new people, discuss with a lot of people. That's why I enjoy myself very much in Kenya, because you can always discuss with everybody about everything, even with the doorman, with the people sitting next to you in the bus. Yes.
So is that one of the things you love about Kenya?
Yeah, actually, yes. The people are very open, people are very social in a way, you can always talk with them. Yes, that's really nice.
What do you like doing during your free time?
So, actually I don't have much free time.
Because you're always working.
All day
when
long.
you do get the free time, like on Friday night.
Actually, the people that I work with, they are my friends too. So we are always together, working and having fun. So right now I'm working with some Congolese refugees too.
Wow.
And we're doing a project with African prints, clothes, and actually we've become really good friends, which is beautiful. So sometimes I spend the weekends with them too.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, African prints. And perhaps I should call you one time. Should
Do
put me on
that.
with an outfit.
Awesome.
What do you like doing, Elias?
I'm actually an entrepreneur. I love writing a lot, and most of my articles I sell. I'm also a musician. I sing in a band called the Red Acapella. And I also like to.
Are you feeling inspired to sing for us? Or we come for a concert?
If you like, I will sing.
Do we want Elias to sing? Please, by all means, sing, shine. This is your
Tangu nikujue wewe, siwezi taka uende mbali nami, kweli nakupenda wewe, roho yangu haidanganyi, ngua macho yako mpenzi.
How can I join the Youth Forum if I want to join?
Yes, if you want to bring yourself, your brain, your time to us, you're very welcome. You just send an email to knetcom.youth@gmail.com, and in this email you should include why you want to be a member, so part of a motivation, and a CV. And yes, then
If you fit the bill,
you
and
are
you said under 30 years.
yes.
Do I have to be in school? Or
No, you don't. We have a lot of people who never completed any like university degree or something, and they can still be super successful. It's just that you have a vision, that you're motivated. That's the most important thing for us.
I can also interject a bit. Okay, most of our members are in university, people university graduates still in school. That is actually more often because UNESCO is actually the intellectual body of the UN, so it's actually mandatory that you need to have kind of education, because you cannot, you cannot admit from 4 people. You need to actually get some
Oh yeah,
kind of
you
information.
need to be over 18 as
Yes.
well, so between 18 and
And
30.
30 years.
But you don't need, like, only because you never went to university, that should never stop you from applying or doing anything.
And also you can find us on Facebook, UNESCO Youth Forum Kenya. Just type that, then you will see our faces and the faces of the Youth Forum members. And you can find us on Twitter, UNESCO Youth Kenya. Write something, type something, say hi if you love the show, if you want to join, yeah, just holla.
That's great. I had a wonderful time with you. I mean, this has been a very empowering interview. Like, I've learned so much from you, alright? So remember, if you would like to join the UNESCO Youth Forum Kenya, send an email with your CV and a short motivational letter, yeah, to knatcom.youth@gmail.com. KNAT. I don't know, if you're like me, you thought NAT, like the teachers union. So, knatcom.youth@gmail.com. You could find them on Facebook and on Twitter. You said At
UNESCO Youth Forum Kenya, that is
Facebook and
Twitter, UNESCO Youth Kenya.
Alright, or you could also find them through our Facebook page. Our Facebook page is Youth TV Kenya, or our Twitter handle at Youth TV Kenya, or drop us an SMS. Our SMS line is 20043. So you could come through us and we could link you up to the guys at the UNESCO Youth Forum. Thank you so much for giving us your time. We look forward to, talking more. I'm going to call you for clothes. Print. And yeah, so guys, come, give books. Bring books, join the Youth Forum. It is an amazing way to make change in the youth. Alright, thank you guys so much. So now we are going back to one of my favorite segments, the hotel review. Don't go away, we'll be right back after this.
Stay tuned.
£1 million girl, you a boss all of the way that you doing your thing, you doing your thing. You don't mind paying the cost, you on your grind, you dey move like the wind, move like the wind. The way you put it down on the floor, I wanna come and just give you my ring, give you my ring. I wanna give a round of applause, I like the way you wanna rule like a king. She bought a dumb bar, she phenomenal, she motivated.